Oh, that noise! That noise! But he doesn't do the eyebrow thing.
No. This game sucks. I don't want to play it anymore.
0 out of 10. 0 out of 11, actually.
So do you guys
Zero of
remember when
And
they
base.
were going to do a Mega Man Maker kind of thing?
I still
Universe.
cry about what Mega Man Universe could have been.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe they'll bring that idea back?
I hope they do at some point, because you could effectively make the Wily Tower concept, like, infinite. Give people access to any weapons they choose, and let people make their own levels. That'd be great.
Which Powered Up sort of already did.
Yeah, Powered Up has a
Sort of.
surprisingly robust level creator. From what
The problem is it's on the PSP, so no one played it.
It was on the PSP, so no one played it. And the thing I liked about that created custom thing was like it actually had enemies that weren't in the regular levels, like enemies that would show up in Mega Man 2 and 3. But I think the PSP servers are down now, so I don't think you can play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them port Powered Up to PS4 at some point.
Yeah, that'd
Me
be
too.
I mean, I'd like that, too.
They were... If it had done better, do you think they would have done a Powered Up 2 and 3?
Oh, for sure.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, because that was the plan with Maverick Hunter X. It was supposed to be a reboot of the X series, but you know, they released it on the
PSP.
And it's like, how do you not do Powered Up 2 when Mega Man 2 is like the most popular Mega Man game ever?
It's still the best-selling Mega Man game, apparently.
Do you want to know what will make a bunch of Mega Man fans really sad, though? The Mega Man series in total has sold, like, 32 million units, which, okay, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's really successful. But New Super Mario Bros. Wii has outsold the entire Mega Man series.
That is across. That is across a surplus of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is also apparently like the 4th or 5th selling best Mega Man game is like NT Warrior 4.
Yeah, which is weird. People really like Battle Network.
For some reason.
Oh no, you said the Battle Network words. Hey, come on, are you gonna LP Battle Network? When are you gonna do Battle Network, huh?
I might do network transmission. I don't know.
Oh, please, can you not? Just don't.
It's the only one that plays kind of like a 2D Mega Man.
Yeah, it's
that's the GameCube
fucking
one, right?
snooze fest everywhere else.
It is.
I get
it
that.
is.
I get the battle. Oh my god. The command. I don't even. Sorry.
Devil May
This
Tie.
series. They're not gonna get that. That was off cam. I get the X game that plays like an RPG and the Battle Network game that plays like a 2D Mega Man game confused. It's weird.
Yeah. Also, NT, the only other thing NT Warrior / Battle Network is known for is telling kids to jack it.
What? What about jackets?
No, jack in.
Oh, to jack
jack
in.
in.
Okay, I heard
Yeah.
jackets. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
sorry.
what? I was like, are we getting jackets now?
Man, the Mega Man fan club is so cool. We have jackets.
Also, what a time and day we live in where we have now security drones as enemies in Mega Man.
Yeah.
In the year 20XDX, all robots are real.
In 20XX, they're retro.
Yeah.
I am actually.
Because we still don't know when 20XX is.
I am actually, now that we're at the end of the game and I've seen a fair bit of what the gameplay has to offer, I'm liking the double gear more. Since it's
Well, the end of the game is fairly disappointing because there's really only 2 Wily stages.
yeah, and that's an odd way to end the game for sure. But I'm liking the way the double gear system interacts with player choice and giving the weapons in particular additional function. You know, I kind of wish
to
they
be fair,
would,
that's more of an X idea that they co-opted into Mega Man.
yeah.
That's still
It's
neat.
just, you know, I'd like to see them do more with it, but you know, it's a good starting point. I like this.
A section you can make much easier with Pac-Man's weapon. You
Yeah.
just jump up at a certain point, just dash the rest of the way.
Also, you
Another-
could
Or
use
just-
Acid Barrier this entire stage for any of those gear jumping parts, and
Yeah.
the Acid Shield will deflect everything. It will deflect every attack that comes at you.
I just use Thunder Man to just kill everything before it even has a chance.
Another thing I kind of like. And
Again, multiple purpose weapons.
another thing I kind of like, and this you know might seem a bit backhanded, but we've dispensed for the moment with any kind of Proto Man / base complications to the story. It's pretty much just Mega Man, Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, and some supporting cast for flavor. That makes this a good entry point. It looks like, to the series.
Well, I get the feeling that they almost want this to be like Mega Man 1-E1, rather than 11.
1-1.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. They're keeping things pretty limited to just the core concepts of the series, rather than going like crazy with Robo-Enza, the way they did in 10.
Yeah.
Which really did not read like a I want to start the story from here kind of chapter to me.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that is just in the service of it's been a really long time since we've had another game. And not necessarily, I don't want to say they wanted to play it safe, because again, that...
Time for everyone's favorite boss.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Great.
Okay, maybe they were playing it safe a little bit. But to give them more credit than that, I think that they probably just wanted to keep things simple. Because again, they didn't change much, and some people can say that that's a bad thing. But I think that if it's been 8 years or 10 years or however long it's been since your last game, I think changing too much too soon, because that's the exact problem that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts had. Like, a lot of people say, oh, it's a perfectly fine game, but this is not a Banjo-Kazooie game. This is not what you want after 10 years of waiting, So I wouldn't want Mega Man 11 to try to be too ambitious and thus, alienate the people who actually wanted the game in the first
recall, Nuts and Bolts was a case of Microsoft stepping in and saying something to the effect of, no one cares about these platformer things anymore. Put a bunch of vehicles in there.
So from what I remember, it's a combination of that and also that they were planning on having vehicles be in the game in the first place to make traveling the large worlds more speedy, and then the focus of development shifted to building the vehicles yourself, if I remember.
Which is an interesting mechanic and would have been great if it wasn't so obnoxiously intrusive.
Yeah, basically. So
Welcome to the last stage of the game.
And that kind of stuff is actually a good thing to have in that kind of game. Kingdom Hearts, even in the simple ass version you got in Kingdom Hearts 1, building a gummy ship was cool.
What, so you can play a lamer version of Star Fox?
Well, yeah, it was obviously better in Kingdom Hearts 2 when the gummy ship sections got actually fun, but
They're back for 3.
Yeah.
Are people happy about that, or?
Well,
I mean, if it's just based off 2, yeah.
The gummy ships have gotten the gummy ships gameplay have gotten progressively more dynamic and entertaining as the series
Am I gonna have to
goes
play
on.
3 different games to get the lore behind them?
You mean it was in 2 games and then dropped?
Yeah. Well, each time it appears, it gets better. Is my point.
So, am I gonna have to play like 5 different games to understand where it comes from?
No.
Even
No.
if there was, the answer
Yikes!
would
And
just,
oh hey!
even if there was, the answer would just be either darkness or light, so it doesn't really matter.
No, the gummy ship is the thing that the gummy ship and the gummy space is like consistently the thing that Kingdom Hearts never fucking bothers to explain. People just travel in spaceships made of gummy blocks. It's just how it works.
How else are you supposed to get to the other worlds?
Teleportation, yeah. Scooby-Doo up.
You get those cool personalized motorbikes in Birth by Sleep.
Were they?
Yikes! And away!
Didn't they like don like Power Rangers gear and surfboards or something? They became
Yeah,
Silver
it was
Surfer, basically.
it was the armor that gave them the access to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they skipped the gummy ship completely.
Yeah. Well, they didn't need it because it's stupid.
Screen nuke these fuckers.
Yeah.
No, Ryan wants to use his real special weapon, his fucking face.
Also, sorry I swore in your YouTube video. I'm sorry I demonetized you.
Oh God, fucking damn it, Clement! That's $2 that we're not getting now.
$2. Wow, we got a lot of views on this video. I was thinking like 50 cents.
And now you're all the way back here. Nope.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
What, Mega Man? What is with that hat? That's silly. Take that.
It looks like
I'm epic.
Fireman.
I'm Epic Voice Guy.
Someday you could just walk past a Fez.
Kind of looks like SpongeBob's karate helmet.
Oh man. Speaking of that, I just found like a karate place that also does Jeet Kune Do like 5 minutes from where I live right now.
What'd you call me?
What?
Jeet Kune Do. It's the martial arts style Bruce Lee invented.
Yeah. Clement, you said you got the platinum trophy in this, right? What was the
Yes.
hardest one to get to you, for you, I should
The
say?
hardest ones are either Dr. Light's Trial or beating this thing in under 60 minutes. Keep in mind, the one in 60 minutes is on normal mode. You have to do it on normal mode, and if you make one mistake, you go so far back.
You might as
Normal
well
mode
just
is in hard
reload the
mode.
stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
In
And
the
Dr.
Japanese
Light's Trial is you going through 30 floors on 1 life, 1 health bar. Every 10 floors you can get a little bit of health and an extra life, but you still have to go through every Wily Castle boss in that mode. And you don't get a lot of weapon energy refills, so if you decide to waste all your acid barrier or your explosive device in the previous 30 floors, and then you get to Wily and you don't have his weakness, well, I hope you know his pattern, because it's going to be a little rough.
I had something to say and I lost it.
Generally, the trophies in Mega Man 11 are pretty simple. They're just
Oh
like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna
kill
say.
an enemy this way, shoot an
In the
enemy from this
Japanese
angle.
version, is the beat the game in an hour achievement doable on their normal?
I didn't test it. The game said normal mode, so I went to normal mode.
But we're also American.
Are we?
Yeah, so we use imperial units of time. What does Japan use for metric units of time?
We're not all
that's a
American
joke.
here, John.
There's
Canada's North America.
there's no difference.
Yeah, we count.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the joke, Lewis.
Although I've gotten depressingly used to measuring time in military hours.
I've
Because-
never had trouble with it. Just subtract 12. and
All
you're
the
golden.
clocks at work are 24-hour clocks, except this one clock above one specific bathroom. For some reason, I have no.
The grim reminder clock.
So it's like I start work at 700 hours and end work at 1730.
You see, when you say 700 hours like that, I feel like you're playing the world's longest RPG. And
Yeah, I was gonna
that's just
say
like-
it's like fucking
Well, technically you're
Rockstar,
supposed to say
Red Dead.
oh
I was gonna
700
say
hours, but
the
you know.
Red Dead Redemption developers talking about 100-hour crunch time, and this guy's talking about 700 hours. Like, what the fuck?
Get on Lewis's level, guys.
Man, you guys work so hard that you literally have to go into the hyperbolic time chamber in order to fit all that work into your schedule.
Man, don't say that, because sometimes I honestly I wish I had that.
That was my Steam game time for Final Fantasy XIV when I was actually regularly playing that.
What's your hours at now, John,
What?
for Final Fantasy XIV?
Do you really want me to answer that?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Also, you should be using Balloon Man's weapon.
Bounce Man.
I was gonna say,
I keep fucking saying Balloon Man.
Balloon Man's not in this game.
Is Balloon Man a Robot Master? I'm not pulling that out of my
No.
ass.
Probably.
No.
Okay.
No.
Alright,
he
no,
will
okay.
be
There's no
eventually,
Balloon Man.
one day, John.
Yeah, okay, Mega Man 12. Mega Man 12.
Okay.
One second.
He might be a boss in Battle Network. I don't know.
Maybe. 3,200 hours.
Okay, so you almost got like 4 months of playtime there, like of your life, just on Final Fantasy. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's fun, so
Okay.
not wasted.
Just
Okay.
on Final Fantasy, that's not very much time at all, considering how many games are in the series.
Well, just on that one Final Fantasy. Because there's about 8,500 hours in a.
Welcome
Also,
to
it's
the
still going,
world
so it's-
of MMORPGs, though.
It's still going. It's not that very final.
It took them, like, what, a decade, 2 decades to finish the story for Final Fantasy XI?
Yeah.
Because that
'Cause,
was like
the-
2 years ago that they did that. Maybe less
that
than
game
2
ended.
years that they added.
So I'm gonna be depressed when 14 ends.
You could
They
find a
spent
new
so
game.
much time on it. Yeah, I know, right? Well, at
Granted,
that point, at that point, the next Final Fantasy MMO will probably be released.
Or you
Granted-
could read a book or
granted,
several.
Final Fantasy XI is such a goddamn slow-paced game that it will probably take you about 2 decades to catch up with the
It's
content.
not about the game itself. It's the memories you make.
Well, yeah, that is kind of the appeal to Final Fantasy XI in particular, because what separates it from 14 is that it's slow-paced enough that and non-directed enough that you can actually, be social. You can fight a boss.
Talk to me, nerd.
You can fight a boss and type out chat messages at the same time. How often does that happen in Final Fantasy XIV?
That's what macros are for.
I wasn't around for the original run of 14, like version 1, but I kind of like the fact that in the final days of version 1, fucking meteor dropped and everybody died.
Boss rush.
They had meteor hovering in the air for a while there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I love watching footage of that, like going to see like version 1 end days footage, because that's really cool.
Yeah. It was a cool way for that version of the game to go out. Anyway,
Is there
back
anything but the boss rush in that stage?
Nope. Once you get rid of the boss rush, you just move on to the next stage.
Yeah.
to... so we just cut past it? No, Benny Hill
Yep.
theme or anything?
Nope, just bashful budget.
We're long
I
past
don't
those
wanna.
days. In fact, I'm wondering if, like, all those times Clement added in copyright music to those parts are just completely mute now. Are those parts completely muted?
Some of those videos are blocked in other countries, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I think.
Damn you, Blockman.
I think the version of Sonic 4 Episode 1 that opened with the Star Wars title crawl might have been.
It's still one of my
muted at that
favorite
point.
opening jokes, though,
I
in a
remember. No,
commentary.
it definitely was because I remember you had to upload a separate version.
No, we had to
Yeah,
upload a separate
that we
version
called the
because-
European version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to upload the separate version not because it was muted, but because the video got blocked in certain countries.
In Germany, I know that
Yeah.
much.
We call it the European version.
Yeah. I wouldn't care about demonetization for a boss rush, but like if it's blocked in certain countries, then I'm just like, because before
Yeah.
when I had a Blip account, I had to like link it to the Blip account to be like, hey, if you can't watch part 5, go to Blip. And now Blip's dead.
Blip.
So,
Man, I have that's a
Blip.
name I haven't heard in a long, long time.
yeah.
Blip existed at one time, just like MySpace. I don't remember what
Yeah.
either of them were. Those were the Dark Ages.
But yeah, that was a quote-unquote stage. Time for the final boss.
Remember when everyone had GeoCities websites, and every GeoCities website had a Sonic the Hedgehog MIDI file playing?
I remember
For me, it was
Neo.
anime fandom sites.
I remember the Neopets version of that. Don't judge me.
Dancing skeleton gifs.
No dancing baby gif.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to some music on Winamp.
I'm gonna admit, this is
Real player.
okay, Winamp still exists, so, yeah,
Sure, it does.
it does.
I know.
I think it's one of those things you mostly only download for the codecs that come with it, though. Kind of like DLC. Oh, hey. That background object is really, really goddamn cool, but it also looks a little out of place in a Mega Man game. Like, it should be attached to a game with a more surreal, serious feeling.
Also, Ryan, you can destroy the gears with the acid barrier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can still jump on the missiles, though.
All right.
What does the acid thing do if you use the power gear?
It can destroy
yeah.
enemies when you contact with them. Like,
Oh, okay. So it
regular
makes-
acid barrier. Regular acid barrier deflects bullets. Powered up acid barrier can actually destroy Metzuls and stuff when they open their armor.
So why are we doing that thing that Dracula does at the end of Symphony of the Night, where the Florin background just sort of become all trippy?
I mean, he did that when he became an alien in 2, so.
Yeah, but that was a holographic projection, so that made sense. It was explained retroactively by the game. Why are we doing it here?
Because we can.
This is the power of double gear.
The power to tank hits while I destroy you, Wily.
Okay, so here's a question. Why does Dr. Light just have a random bit of Wily's research lying around, ready for Mega Man
Because,
to be put into it?
well, it was shown in the opening that Wily, broke it and left it behind when he stormed off. So Dr. Light took it and eventually repaired it. It was the prototype from when he...
He had it so he could repair it.
This is my favorite gag in the game. The Plan B.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Speed gear.
Like, no shit. Like, I thought he was gonna tap into some like ultra powerful mecha form, and I was like,
Ultra
oh,
Instinct Wily. Dun, 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 dun.
Drat. As if he didn't fall for that.
Oh, wow.
It's only been 12 times since I've tried that.
Wow, Dr. Wily's really fooling himself that he's so smart he lost to himself. Wow. Okay, you're full of it. And I'm an English major, so,
Well, he has a point.
Holy fuck, Light's here. That means he
How
did
did
all
you
that
get here?
platforming too. I want light mode.
Maybe maybe Dr. Light actually can teleport Mega Man to the boss room. He just chooses not to because he's a asshole.
Let's say he isn't asking when he calls every problem in this universe.
All I see is the instrument of my downfall.
So do they just let him go, or do they try to arrest him?
He just leaves.
He escapes.
Well, he escapes. Yeah.
Use it wisely. Is your vision and mine combined?
Come on,
Yeah,
Eric.
Dr. Light's
We must
right.
join together for mutant kind.
Yeah, you see, if we hadn't already written a future in which Dr. Wily was an asshole for all of time, this could have been the start of a redemption arc. But we kind of can't do
If
that
only
now.
atone for your crimes and work together. You're the one who slighted me in the first place, Light.
Yeah, that, that is one thing about, it's like, I can never, like, classic series has a bad ending anyway, so it's like...
Dr. Wily always strikes again.
This series will go on because we'll never explain how the X series happens.
Did he just... I must go, my planet needs me?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, into his UFO, yeah. If the UFO wasn't there, sure.
Well, the UFO thing only enhances it.
Okay, so can
better than- it's
everybody
better
but
than the
me
Mega Man
just
4
teleport to the
trapdoor.
boss? What?
All good, Doc. But if you don't mind
And Roll walks in.
I think it's about time we
Hi, and then Beat. Hi, and then Eddie. Hi.
And then Zero.
What?
Oh, broad series.
I'm hiding myself to build myself.
And then we returned the Master Emerald.
Uh,
The day
Mega
was
Man,
saved.
you do
Wait.
know that you only have enough rush jet ammo for that thing to last for like 30 seconds.
The credits should prematurely end with it falling to the floor.
So if we get all the Chaos Emeralds, will there be eagles flying behind him?
Beats.
Yeah,
Also,
Beats.
check the credits. 2 of the Robot Masters' names are different in Japanese. Bounce Man is actually Rubber Man in the Japanese version, and
Yo
Impact
ho ho,
Man,
we took a bite of gum gum.
and Impact Man is actually Pile Man.
Well, they called him Dr. Wright for the Japanese voice actors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And there it is, Pile Man, Rubber Man.
Well, you
That
know,
could be misconstrued in so many ways in English, though, with Rubber Man.
yeah, it's a
speaking of
good
Trojan
idea.
Man,
It's a good idea that they changed it. All things considered.
so final thoughts.
This game does look fun as somebody who hasn't played it, but like I don't want to spend $30 for a game I'm going to be done with in 3 hours, so I'd rather wait for it to go on sale personally.
Hi, Erica Lynn Becca's role.
I guess you're the reason Mega Man's a dead franchise. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
He's
Sorry,
too busy
guys.
trying to support Dragon Quest XI because no game will ever get over here again if it doesn't do well.
Yeah, sorry. If I have to sacrifice Mega Man for Dragon Quest to be successful, then I'm dumping that blue guy
I'll
straight.
gladly make a Mega Man voodoo doll if it means stabbing him repeatedly to get another Dragon Quest game.
My money's going to Soul Calibur this month because that's a series I really
Oh
don't
my
want to see
god,
die
so many
again.
games coming out in like the next couple of months. So it's like,
I know, right?
I can't play all these at once.
So, but what about the people who actually played it? What do they?
This is one of my favorites. Like, it really is, because I think using the gear system as both a means of utility and just blowing things out of the sky, I think it's supremely fun. I think my only gripes is just with the overly long level design, the starvation of checkpoints, which can be mitigated if play on a casual mode thing, but then maybe misconstrued as a pussy if you do, but fuck it.
You're not a pussy in Japanese.
Is Auntie
Yeah, that's
is
right.
Auntie Eddie playing Intelligent Cube?
Even
That's not
still,
false.
the game still has a shop, so like bottomless pits aren't an issue if you buy beats. E-tanks and weapon tanks can refill your weapon energy and your health. I feel like the game gives you a lot of backup safety things. I personally think this game's pretty great. I don't know if I put it in my top 3 just because I think that the Wily I wish the Wily Castle was a little bigger. I wish there was more to it. I kind of wish things would go back to 4, 5, and 6 where there were 2 castles, but that's just me. I think the level design's great. I like the weapons. I'm so glad this wasn't another 8-bit game. I have nothing against 9 and 10 for going 8-bit, but I'm just so glad they updated the style of Mega Man. I love that Rush Coil, Rush Jet are their own buttons. I love the Power Wheel to select powers with. Speed Gear and Power Gear make the game so fun, and it's going to be hard going back to older games knowing that those aren't in the older games. And I think people should give it a shot. I think people should absolutely get it. It's not Mighty Number 9 bad. It's actually pretty good. Ryan?
This is a very mid-tier Mega Man game for me. It's fine. It does not even crack my top 5.
That's not the kind of impression I got from your Twitter account. Because
The only ones I would say are arguably below it for me are the only ones I'm for sure are lower than it for me are 1 and 5. I would play everything else before this one. And even one, I'm more forgiving for because first in the series.
First game, yeah.
No, I'd play
had to
2.
think
I played
about
2, 3 before this. I played 4 before this. I played 6 before this.
No, I played this before 4. I played this before 5 as well.
5 is just so boring.
5 is very there, yeah.
6 I definitely played before this.
I'd play 2 over this. 3's borderline because I don't like Doc Robot.
Yeah, that's the hang up for a lot of people when ranking that one.
6 though.
6 I put over this one. I'd play 8 and 9 before this one for sure.
I'm not sure about 8.
Does that thing have dreadlocks?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier.
Oh.
But yeah, I hope that they keep on making them. Because at the very least, again, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but you don't have to necessarily break the bank to make a Mega Man game, especially if you already have a engine right there. So, keep on making them. Just make people happy if they're not that expensive,
And even then, don't wait 8 to 9 years between entries because what you're going to do is because of the long time gap, you're going to play it safe. And you've already kind of did that with 9, and you've got to do it again with 11. Do it with 11.
And even 10, I would say. 10 annoyed me because they didn't do anything different with it from 9. It was just, okay, but now Proto Man's here. And it's cool, I guess. I don't know what they would change necessarily to make it seem different and stand out in a 12, but I hope that they do that because then maybe it would make the game seem more interesting to people who want to.
If given time, I'm sure I could think of some things they could do. But
what I hope they don't do is exclude Proto Man and Base just to include them in 12 as a feature. Because I do think those, if they're not in the game to begin with, they should be DLC. Don't deliberately withhold them just so you can make them brand new in 12 when in reality, no, they're not brand new. They're, these are things that have been in past Mega Man games.
Well, I mean, I can guarantee you 100% that if they don't have DLC for this game, Proto Man or Base or both are going to be playable in 12. That's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's just a cost-benefit analysis of whether or not they'll make enough money on the DLC sales to have it be worth testing and putting him into 11.
Yeah.
So,
you lost me a cost-benefit analysis.
Okay, sorry, I'll say it dumber. They might not make enough money by selling DLC to make it worth it.
Money.
Yes, money can be used for goods and services.
But I want a peanut.
Right on time, Mega.
Yay.
But don't leave. There's another scene.
Yeah.
Wait, there's another scene?
Yeah, it's
Nick
weird.
Fury walks in.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
I was going to say that's kind of an awkward after credit scene. Just, I'm home. Yeah, you're home.
At the rate we're going, we should have
Now Otto has double gear.
on their feet by dinner time.
Cool, I guess.
I'll
Cool,
get
he
shit
goes-
on big time in this game.
He really does.
Also, oh,
Your switch turned off.
Almost done working.
Yeah.
So this is why you came all the way to the Gear Fortress.
Couldn't you just
What?
Yes.
wait?
Make
They're
more?
able to recover all their primary components.
Oh, he went to the Gear Fortress to get the Robot Masters, right?
Oh.
Shame to let their talent
Oh, so they actually care about what happened to them. Okay, they don't just blow up and
technically,
explode.
the robots in this game were made by Dr. Light / Cossack, so.
Well, I mean, in the other games though, they just kind of explode and nobody cares. So
Yeah. Well, because those were made by Dr. Wily, so nobody cares.
Go any faster.
Interesting thing, again, just to bring up Powered Up for the last time, that is one thing I really liked that they did, was that if you destroyed a Robot Master with the Power Buster, you actually don't kill them. You end up saving them, and you can recruit them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for playing my robot game.
See you in 8 years.
Oh, fuck.